Hello, Guak here. This is my review on the Mohawk Warrior Society, a handbook on sovereignty and survival. It is a collection of interviews with past members of the Warrior Society and current members of the Warrior Society. It includes the philosophy of the Warrior Society, the government in which they hope to achieve, or rather bring back, I suppose. Well, it explains the current issues faced by many reservations and the Mohawk and Iroquois nations altogether. Uh, the current state of things, such as the police, the schools, the the fact that the eroding language, eroding way of life, the puppet governments which are facilitating it, and in fact possibly even expanding it. It explains the past actions of the Warrior Society, including many of the members actually partook in the occupation of Alcatraz, the Wounded Knee in 1979, the Canisadage Resistance, um, and the Akwesasne Civil War. The It explains what the past goal of the society was, of the Warrior Society, what they wished to achieve. It explains the present and even the future goals of what they wish to achieve, how things should be, or how things should at least be done, or at least how they should be heading. Such as one particular action they wish for the people to partake in is the calling of a people's council, and the revoking of article of wampum. I think three of the wampums. I forget particularly which ones, but they're ones which basically go against the constitution of the Iroquois. They're ones that are in truth implemented by assimilated Iroquois. There's, if you can even call such a thing of that, because the Constitution states in very terms that anyone who subjugates themselves to the law of a foreign people cannot call themselves Iroquois. You are either with the Iroquois or you're not with the Iroquois. There is no in between. And it also states that not only should that be done, but the people should prepare to fight, because the colonies of Canada and the U.S., the settlements, they're not gonna give those up easily. Any settlement, any land that the Indians want back, that the Iroquois want back, we're gonna have to take it by force. Because Canada and the U.S., they've already considered the Iroquois a conquered people. We have not been conquered. We have our lands, the lands of the Iroquois are being occupied, and we have to take it. And they have to, and they said we have to take the. They said take it back by any means. Some particular notions I disagree with is the attacking of nuclear buildings. For instance, they said that would help drive white people from the land. While there is truth to that, it'll help drive white people from the occupied lands. It'll also ruin that land, because the radiation is going to settle. And once it settles, it's going to be there for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. Maybe even until the Earth is no more. And its comparison to the Mohawk, or rather the Iroquois, to Israel, or the use of Israel as an example of how the Iroquois should conduct themselves. I do not particularly like Israel. I view it as much as a colony as the US or Canada is. I would say Palestine or Algeria or even Ireland and Vietnam would be a better example to use for the Iroquois, and not Israel, because that would basically be saying that the Iroquois would be a colonial power, which inherently could not be. due to it being liberating its lands, not taking other people's lands. It dictates that taking of white people's lands is, at least in the or as what they call the white people's lands, is wouldn't necessarily be an issue because those aren't their lands in the first place. They have no right to that land. The only land they have, the right to any land they have is back in Europe. And I like the book. I would advise reading it. Give it a good read. It talks about the past, all the villages being the Iroquois villages that were burned, the crimes committed against the Iroquois, the resistance the Iroquois took, the resistance many people took. It's very fascinating, and a very good read, if I do say so myself. I would highly recommend it. Anyways, like the this one is a bit political, but like the video, subscribe, share, comment. That's all for me. This has been Guac.